Shalom. I want to begin first and foremost giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jehovah and Jesus. The real name of the Father is Yahweh, which means He exists. The real name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, which means He will deliver, because He will deliver His people. I want to give all praises in the ancient Hebrew tongue while facing the east towards Jerusalem. Call halal, Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, the water, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwatash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Greatmillstone. Shalom to the 144,000. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, who are the descendants of the slaves identified as the so-called African Americans, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans. My name is Maka'ala, and today I want to talk about the nuclear missiles, all right? The North Country, all right? Basically the North Country, all right, which is Russia. All right, Revelation 11, verse 14, the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right, and that woe was talking about World War, right? The Second World War has passed. The Third World War is on its way. And the Lord is bringing world war to this planet, to this world. Right, Russia directs nuclear weapons towards US and UK and Arctic. Russia strengthens its Arctic presence, directing nuclear weapons toward the US, warns Norwegian Defense Minister Ture Sandvik. According to him, Moscow is increasing its nuclear arsenal and targeting submarines around the Arctic Circle, preparing for potential conflict with NATO, Telegraph reports. All right, Putin aims to dominate the Arctic. All right, Russia is building up on the Kola Peninsula. All right, nuclear forces and new weapons tests. You see that they're testing new weapons, for example, hypersonic missiles. They're testing nuclear-driven torpedoes and nuclear warheads, he added. Putin's tool of control, the Northern Fleet serves as a base for Russia's Arctic naval forces. The Arctic as a key theater of conflict, the strategy to blockade NATO allies. All right, and I mean, if you ever played any games, any war games like Civilization or something like that, where you take turns building up armies to attack, other countries. That's how it is, man. Because those games, they consult with militaries. They actually consult with the army. Like for example, with Call of Duty, and games like this. But they consult with like former military personnel to make some of these war games and to make them more realistic. And when you play these games, you see, and they're like kind of based on chess, where you take a turn and then they take a turn. And then when you see like in these games, you see like the enemies moving towards like a territory and like trying to set up there, setting up shop there. They're not doing it, the sightsee, all right, to be tourists or vacation, all right. They're doing that so they could have a foothold in that area, all right. So they could attack from that area, right? It's like chess, all right. You might be planning to take a rook, but the only way you could take a rook is probably by putting the opponent's king in check and also having that rook in your line of sight. All right. So, and you could probably do that like in 2 moves with a bishop. I mean, if you do it right, or any other piece, or a queen, or whatever. But it's just an example. So they're moving their pieces. All right. The Lord is moving these chess pieces, putting them all into place, and is ultimately for the destruction of America, aka Babylon. All right, Jeremiah 50. All right, the word that Yahweh spoke against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. All right, and that desolation is going to come through nuclear destruction. All right, that says out of the north. All right. All right, this says Russia's northern fleet. All right, so the Lord is building up these countries ultimately to take down America, to take down Babylon and fulfill prophecy. I'm going to leave it there. I hope the video is edifying. Shalom.